The enemies of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, were enraged by the growing success of Islam and the increasing number of Muslims. They tried every possible way of oppression to stop its spread, as they felt that Islam challenged their lifestyle and their beliefs and doctrines. No one was safe from their persecution, not even Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself. The most vulnerable were the slaves who embraced Islam. Their masters tortured them mercilessly in a futile attempt to make them abandon Islam. They exposed them to the blazing sun at noon and forced them to lie on their naked backs on the fiery sands and rocks, while piling stones on them. They encouraged boys to abuse them cruelly. They would tie ropes around the ankles or the neck of a slave and drag him through the streets covered with rough stones, leaving him with wounds and scars. The Muslims had a firm belief in their faith, which helped them endure all the hardships they faced in Mecca. They decided to leave their homeland when the situation became unbearable for them. They migrated to Yathrib, a city where Islam had already spread and Muslims lived in harmony. The city was gradually emptied of its Muslim inhabitants, who secretly migrated to Yathrib. Sometimes, an entire street would be deserted overnight. The Meccans would notice the locked doors in the morning and realize that the Muslims had escaped. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and a few of his companions remained in Mecca, waiting for the command of Allah to leave. The Meccans witnessed all this. The Meccans were unhappy with the Muslims' success in Yathrib. They conspired to eliminate Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as soon as they could. They planned to select one man from each tribe to execute the killing. This way, they thought they could avoid the blame. They chose a specific night for their scheme. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, received the command of Allah to leave Mecca at the right time, as his enemies had planned to kill him on the same night. Abu Bakr, radiallahu anhu, who was informed by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, of his departure, asked to join him. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, agreed. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, left his home at nightfall, while his would-be assassins were gathering around his house. He slipped away unnoticed and met Abu Bakr, radiallahu anhu, who wanted to accompany him. They escaped the city and climbed one of the nearby hills, where they hid in a cave called Thawr. The cave had a very small opening, so they had to crawl inside it. It was a risky place to stay, as there were many dangerous reptiles inside. The Meccans were furious when they found out that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had escaped. They offered a reward of 100 camels for anyone who could capture him dead or alive. They followed his tracks until they reached the cave where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr, radiallahu anhu, were hiding. The tracker said that the tracks ended there, so the fugitives must have either gone underground or flown to the sky. The others laughed at him and did not bother to look inside the cave, as they thought it was too dangerous to enter. They did not think anyone would risk their life from the venomous snakes and vipers that lived in the cave. Abu Bakr, radiallahu anhu, was terrified when he saw them standing at the entrance of the cave. He could hear them talking. He could even see them moving, through a small gap in the cave. He whispered Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his worry that they might be found. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, replied calmly, do not worry, for Allah is with us. Abu Bakr, radiallahu anhu, felt relieved. The Meccans decided that they had lost the trail and went back disappointed. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr, radiallahu anhu, stayed in the cave for 2 days and nights. Then they continued their journey and reached Yathrib after a few days. The Muslims welcomed them warmly.